Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast where reviews and movies and talks about nerd shit. This is episode 761. And as always, it's Nerds Kind of Critical Show months for wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to wonderful Thursday night.
I fucking hate having carpet, bro. I fucking hate having carpet. If I could tear the fucking carpet in this fucking apartment, I would, bro. Fucking would. We're here to talk about the 1968 samurai film Kill, but before we can go ahead and get into that, this episode is live and early on patreon.com/nerdcore, where you can get this episode for live and early before anybody else gets to watch it at patreon.com/nerdcore. And of course, before we can get into the review, Brad, how are you doing today?
Well, Raul, doing well. I had a class today from 6:30 to 2:30, so I did that all day. But I was at home, so it was okay.
Yeah. What was the class on?
It was on fearless leadership.
Fearless leadership.
Yes. So that's the last class I needed to get a certificate.
Yeah.
And I've been taking this class for not class, but multiple classes for this certificate. It's been 2 years, so.
Yeah. Sounds like quite the class, right?
It was pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah. And is the certificate gonna get you more pay or?
Yeah. I mean, I got 2 degrees and I got licenses, and I mean, there's only so much a man can do.
Yeah. I guess so, Brad.
I just call it feathers in my cap. So if something ever happens to me, I can just go to somewhere else and be like, look at all I have.
Look at everything I have.
Look at all I have.
Yeah. Well, what's it called? It sounds like quite the what's it called?
Yeah, more things to hang up on the wall. Yada yada.
Yeah. Well, I watched this movie today.
I watched a movie today.
And then I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna watch something else instead.
You know what's funny? I watched this movie. I started it on what's today? Thursday? I started it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I got home late. So I watched 30 minutes of it. And we'll get into why. And I was just tired. And I think partially it was the movie, but
now yeah, think about it, right? Yeah.
No, I think about partially the movie. And then I finished it up yesterday. So
yeah.
Because after we watched Spawn, I went down and I had 30 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, I watched this movie today, and I was supposed to go work out at 4 with somebody I met, but because of course, with a friend of mine, but because of the fact that I'm taking care of the dogs right now, I can't leave exactly at the time I want to leave.
Yeah.
So I ended up I had to be like, hey man, sorry, I won't be able to make it today. So I had to go work. So instead, I worked out here at the gym in the apartment, which fucking sucks, man. The fucking apartment gym sucks.
What do they have? Just bare minimum?
Not even bare minimum, bro. A lot of it's just not even working.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got weights though, at least?
Yeah. But it's really weird, Brad. We have 3 15-pound dumbbells. What?
Are you supposed to lift with the other one?
I don't have a third arm.
No, you're supposed to. That was the moment you were supposed to say with my third arm, Brad. That was an alley-oop. You just fucking missed me.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then, the bench press that we have, which is not even, an actual, barbell or anything like that. It's just, a machine press.
Oh, is
it's
it
broken.
It's not like a Smith machine, is it?
Yeah, it can be changed to a shoulder press. It can be changed to a incline. It can be changed to a bench press.
But it's broke.
It's broken.
It's not good.
Yeah. A lot of the cables on the machines are broken.
I want to get an incline bitch. Actually, I want to get the machine where you can lift on the handle and it has the weights to it, but they're separated. So I don't know. They look decent.
Yeah. But sadly, the stuff that the stuff that is working is the leg workouts. So which is what I did today. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go do my leg. And
Like
then
second, I think that's probably.
yeah. I also popped in a movie into my player today. I watched easily the best adult film I've ever seen, which is like funny enough, it's not even an adult film because it's like it's more of a surreal horror movie that happens to have like, you know, that stuff in it. It's really fucking good movie. Way better than what the fuck we're gonna talk about right now.
Are we reviewing porn? Is that what we're doing now?
Well,
You know-
on my Patreon, on my personal Patreon, if you wanted to,
You know, Luis tried to get us to do that way back in the day.
yeah, but this is like, you know, shit from the
This is
70s and
art
80s
porn.
from,
This is art porn.
yeah.
Right.
Well, it was like, it was so good. It was like a fucking surreal horror
This is
film.
what Pee-wee watched. God damn it.
Yeah. It was like very Pasolini-esque as well and very Lynchian. So I was like, wow, like this is actually really good.
Is it like body horror?
No.
Oh.
Like, it was like completely different. Yeah, it was really, really good stuff. Well, not gonna make you watch that, but you know,
Maybe I
really
watched
cool,
it.
really good movie. Really good movie.
Was there at least a money shot?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. I just
Yeah.
wonder. I don't, because you've expressed stuff as porn before, and it's been like, nah,
Oh,
that's
it's
more
straight
of an art
porn.
movie. Okay, that's just.
Well,
straight
it's
porn.
not.
Wait,
It's
you
just
have
it does
straight porn
have
on
like full
DVD?
frontal.
Are
It
you
has full
fucking
frontal
80s?
nudity and actual penetration and
You
stuff
like
like
early
that.
90s porn connoisseur? Like, I got a DVD collection.
70s, bro. This is from the 70s.
Oh, you got
tonight-
you got on tape.
Today we're reviewing Debbie Does Dallas. Well, funny enough, Brad, it's on 4K Ultra HD.
Yeah, which we don't have a goddamn Kurosawa's collection. Tell you that.
Yeah. Well, if this distributor could get the rights to that stuff,
Maybe
I'm
if
sure they would put
Kurosawa
it.
made porn.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Brad, it's quite the day. I'm gonna stream after this once I'm done.
Are you gonna talk about your porn collection?
No.
Should I start doing that? Just get you old VHSs. Hopefully. Without
Well, if
fade.
you send it with a VHS, sure.
You mean a VHS player?
Yeah, with a VHS player. Yeah. Get the one from back home.
I had one. I think it burned up.
Yeah. How you doing, Stacy?
Stacey.
How you doing? Yeah.
Stacey, if you go to the $10 tier, we will review Debbie Does Dallas. I'm just kidding.
Debbie Does Dallas. I don't even want to look that. What is Debbie Does Dallas?
It's a porn. It's straight porn.
Debbie Does Dallas, hardcore pornographic, an hour and 30 minutes from 1978. Wait!
Yeah, you should look up Behind the Green Door.
Oh, I know what that is because John Cena
Classics.
brought it up one time.
Goddamn classics.
No, so this company that I bought from, what's it called? So Brad, the company that I have this film from,
They sell Debbie Does Dallas.
they sell Debbie Does Dallas Part 2, not Part 1.
There was a fucking. Of course, there was a part 2.
Yeah.
What was it? Debbie Does Dallas again?
No, it just says Part 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Newly scanned and restored in 2K from its original 35mm camera negative. All right. Yeah, I was like, wait, this looks familiar. I was like, why the fuck? Oh, it's because I seen it on this website.
Binder dash, right.
Yeah. But, yeah, dude, that was my day, Brad. That was my day.
I'm glad Rollo is the only person that watches porn for the art.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I say, you know, if you study the history of cinema, you must study every part of cinema.
I mean, that's history of everything. Everything is porn.
Yeah,
Internet
but
was porn.
but like I'm telling you, the history of cinema specifically includes
Yeah,
pornography
like
as
the
well,
like
so.
the penny slot machines that you had to crank. Fucking porn, straight porn.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure this
I
this
should
what's
know I
called-
lived back then. Yes.
when we get, I'm pretty sure when we get what's it called when we get fucking what's it called monetization, this episode's not gonna be monetized. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, Brad. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into this review after these words from our sponsors. Where the fuck is this dog? Who's the one who's fucking crying? The one who's fucking pissed or you?
That's just Rollo talking to his imaginary friends. Don't worry.
What are you looking for? What the fuck are you looking for? Get the fuck over here. Actually, I'm gonna put you outside. Yeah, hold on.
I swear, Mom, I'm just researching.
Ah, fucking bullshit. Oh my god.
Luckily, we're still on a big long commercial break
fuck.
right here.
Hold on, Brad.
Roll's just having a
I'm glad this gets edited.
Oh, Roll's just having a fucking day today.
Well, when somebody remembers it, aka me. Where are you, Nola?
I think we need to cut all these out and just keep these as like
No fucking shit.
as like a
Tonight
whole
she
B.
sleeps outside my room. She's not sleeping with me. All right.
You good?
No, I'm not fucking good, bro. Fuck this dog.
Breathe.
I swear, Mom, I'm just researching. Yeah. Well, I don't have a mom anymore, Stacy. So I don't have that problem anymore. I live alone. I mean, I live with my brother, but my brother's not here right now. That went to a dark place.
That's why he's yelling at his dog.
Yeah. Brad, introduce him to 1968's Kill.
All right, I'm gonna
Exclamation
start. I'm gonna start with Criterion, so we can at least have 2 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Kill from Kahachi Okamoto. In this pitch-black action comedy by Kahachi Okamoto, a pair of down-on-their-luck swordsmen arrive in a dusty, wind-blown town where they become involved in a local clan dispute. One, previously a farmer, longs to become a noble samurai. The other, a former samurai haunted by his past, prefers living anonymously with gangsters. But when both men discover the wrongdoings of the nefarious clan leader, they side with a band of rebels who are under siege at a remote mountain cabin. Based on the same source novel as Akira Kurosawa's Senjiro, Kill playfully tweaks samurai film convention, borrowing elements from established Shanbara classics and seasoning them with a little Italian Western. And coming from Wikipedia, Kill, exclamation point, is a 1968 Japanese comedy Chambara film directed by Kihachi Okamoto. The film had a screenplay written by Akira Murao and Okamoto and is based on the story Toridiamo no... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why are you reading that in like a fucking Spanish accent?
Jushi Shinichi in Yamamoto Shiguro Zinshu by Shiguro Yamamoto. Yeah. What I got? Starring Tatsuya Nakadai, Atsushi Takahashi, Atsuo Nakamura, Tadao Nakamura. Cinematography by Rokuro Nishigaki. Edited by Kihachi Okamoto, Yoshitami Kuriawa. Music by Masaru Sato. And release date June 8th, 1968. Running time 130 minutes. That's what you get.
Alright. So we well, okay, let me go ahead and rephrase this. So this is during my week, right? This is what I wanted to pick. I picked it because Brad, I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do for another film during this week. So I said, Brad, let's just give me a recommendation. He was like, this movie that was directed by the guy who did
Sword of Doom.
Sword of Doom. So I was like, I
like Sword of Doom.
All right, let's do this, I guess. So I was like, okay, man, let's do it. So I went ahead and I was like, okay, let's do this movie. So, Brad, next time you recommend something, I'm probably not gonna fucking accept it anymore.
I didn't know I just knew the director was the director of Sword of Doom.
I'm not gonna give you that much shit. You never seen this movie, okay? So I get it.
And I like Sword of Doom, so I figured,
I love Sword of Doom, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I will go and say this. Interesting concept. You have two samurai with opposing views and sides of the code. Right?
But we kind of seen it.
Yeah, but it makes for an interesting idea.
Yeah, but
and Tatsuya Nakadai is pretty fucking good in this movie.
Yeah, Tatsuya Nakadai is good in everything.
Yeah, but I think where this movie is really, really harmed is in the editing and script, because the movie's actual story is kind of all over the place. Don't really know exactly what's going on for more than half of this film. And the fucking atrociously edited scenes where some don't even fucking match. Have inserts after inserts, just absolutely make it nauseating. And for an hour and 20 something, an hour and 130 minute movie, feels more like it's fucking 2 hours and 30 minutes long. But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Kill! Exclamation point.
I'm not gonna be that hurtful.
Kill!
To it.
There you
Kill
go.
with an
Yeah.
exclamation. I'm not gonna be that hurtful to it. But
Well, I'm not saying it's horrid or anything.
no. You're not wrong about the editing. So for a 2-hour movie, basically, the first hour is pretty rough to like sit through and get through because the editing doesn't help it. It makes the story kind of convoluted. Like it wasn't really till kind of the second half where I was like starting to understand who the players were and why they were helping these people, and I understood it by half of the film. But that first half, I'm like, okay, I got two guys who walk in basically the set of Yojimbo with the same wind of Yojimbo. They go to the same hotel of Yojimbo and find the dead bodies, and I mean, like the concept of it starts out like Yojimbo. So
Yeah.
they make it a little different and make two characters, and who end up on opposing sides and come together. So that's the interesting part. But again, I mean, if I wanted to watch Yojimbo, I just watch Yojimbo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I did like their use of the Italian Western music. I thought that was interesting to throw that in there. I mean, because we're always talking about how Kurosawa, he was always thought to be more Western than anything, and then you got these guys who's actually using Western music in the samurai film. I think Tatsuya Nakadai knocks it out of the park for his role. Samurai Cop, Jesus.
Which is, something that Tetsuya Nakadai always does. He's always a great actor.
Yeah.
Samurai Cop, no thank you.
And I like that a lot of these characters I recognize from Kurosawa films. Because the one old I guess he's not a mayor, but one of the leaders, he's the one that's tied up, and then they take him to the brothel to hide him out. He was the innkeeper in, I believe, Yojimbo. So, I mean, there's faces recognizable. I thought it was decent. Not the best thing ever. I would have rather watched Sword of Doom, personally. But Raul's right. The one terrible thing, really, in this movie is the first half of the movie's editing. And it's pretty rough, and it's hard to follow the story. It ends up being convoluted until, for me, about halfway, and then I started to piece together what all these players were doing. But yeah, it's not terrific. It's not like the most horrid thing I've ever seen. It's got its good points, and yeah, but unfortunately the editing just kind of ruins it.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, this movie's like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, my story's all over the fucking place. I can't even bring up any fucking plot points because I really don't know what the fuck is going on throughout most of this movie.
Well, basically you have, like you said, two opposing clans, and they're kind of in a fight, and the one guy that was in charge of the seven kind of pulls he turns against them, and so he goes to the other side, and those other seven end up holding up in that fort, and those guys are trying to be taken out. But you have basically what's like the government or Yakuza, and then you have the kind of bandits who want to be samurai, and so they send the bandits up there to try to kill the seven. And then the Yakuza basically just starts shooting at them because they don't care who they kill. And that ends up creating the turf war of that. And then you have Genta, who is the main samurai, and Hanji, they're the vagrants, who wants to be a samurai. And then Genta, who's a samurai but no longer a samurai. And you have their story of basically Genta's redemption of... Before, when he was a samurai, he killed his best friend because he was ordered to, and so he followed orders, and that's what made him leave his clan. And that's why he ends up doing what he does and trying to save these 7 samurai.
Yeah.
And the fighting's really good. Like I enjoyed like them hold up and then the multiple. I mean, you kind of forget that they had guns at this time.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brad, yeah, I'd say the fighting scenes are pretty good.
Yeah,
You know,
I like the swordsman.
which I mean, he's shown that in Sword of Doom.
He did a Sword of Doom, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna expect him to
Yeah.
not know how to shoot a fighting scene.
I give credit to Nakadai though, because when that guy swings a sword through, like, it feels like he's just running through and cutting through people. That's what it looks like on film.
Yeah.
At that first moment when he cuts through the 5 guards, I was like, holy shit, that dude's a badass.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, like, I'm just not really impressed with this movie, Brad. There's not a lot there to really,
The editing kills it.
The editing really fucking kills.
I mean,
I really.
there
and
are
also,
some...
it's like what a strange angle to constantly be cutting to, where it's like that kind of like extreme close up. And
Yeah.
it's like doesn't really make sense for most of this movie to have to keep cutting to that type of angle.
And I like the music in the movie.
Me too.
But at times they don't use music when I feel like they should have used music, It's
Yeah.
kind of like there's no tone shift or anything with the music, and it's like I really feel like something should have been there.
Yeah. I mean, overall, like, kind of like, what's it called? Off balance film. Don't really know what the fuck's going on. I know Brad said he really likes the second half of this film. I make it to the second half, and I'm still just like baffled of how the fuck we even get there, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I'm just like, okay, there's some stuff that I really do like enjoy out of this, but overall, like, I think the movie's just kind of fucking just ass.
JC brings up a good point. Sounds like there were a lot of plot points at the wall, and the director said yes, all of them.
Yeah. Which not something that we're not used to. We've definitely seen that before.
Which you can get away if you edit it properly. And it really took me like concentrating in that second half to figure out like what the fuck is everybody doing.
Yeah.
But Raul was right. I mean, it's a hard film to follow just because of the editing and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wasn't for the editing, like, this film probably would have looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So, overall, I'd give this movie a fucking 5 out of 10, Brad.
It was a movie.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Nothing that I would say, like, groundbreakingly or good. I'm just kind of like meh on it. It's not horrid, but it's also not good.
It's not Venom.
So it's just down the middle bad.
No, I totally understand that one. Like I said, I'd much rather watch Sword of Doom, to be honest.
I would 100% rather watch Sword of Doom.
I'm going to go a little bit higher because I think I did enjoy it a little more. Specifically the second half, but I'm not going to go that much higher. I'm going to go with a 6.5 out of 10.
All right. 6 out of 10?
6.5.
6.5. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's still
I can't see giving it a 7 just because the editing's so sloppy. But I enjoyed that second half to a point like, oh, I fucking understand what's going on with this. That first half was bloody awful though.
But here's hoping that what's it called? He doesn't got other movies like this.
Hope not. I hope more Sword of Doom.
Yeah. He did do the Satoichi film, so I am interested in watching that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember Sword of Doom having as much, cuts and editing. I could be wrong. It's always, we haven't seen Sword of Doom in like a few years, I think. But I would be interested to watch more of his because I'm hoping this is kind of a once, problem thing. Because how sometimes they can just be like, yeah, I got to do this shot and this shot and this shot. And it's like, no, you don't. You really don't.
Yeah. Well, I hope his Satoichi film is good.
I mean, I would imagine that's pretty renowned. And then you had Satoichi versus Yojimbo or Sanjuro.
Yeah.
One of those. I think it was Yojimbo.
Yeah, I think so too. Zatoichi meets Yojimbo, which is the one that he did.
Oh, meets Yojimbo. Yep.
Yeah. Because all the other ones are different. I believe different. What's it called? Directors. Yeah, they're different directors.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch the Zatoichi meets Yojimbo, which I'm wondering how he got. He must have like had a talk with Kurosawa.
Yeah, probably more than likely.
Or actually, if they were the same studio, the studio just gave him rights to use it.
More than likely.
Yeah, I can see Toho being like, "Oh, money."
Yeah. Well, with that said, that concludes our review of Kill. And as always, keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Discord links description below. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another review that drops on the channel. Listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice. Make sure that you leave a 5-star review and follow us on that app. All that helps us out a lot. So check us out.
Of course, Yojimbo X Godzilla.
I would pay so much money.
I would absolutely fucking watch that. Would Yojimbo just be a small Yojimbo, or would he pull like a Power Ranger stunt and just like become a huge Yojimbo? Or like, yeah, would he have a mech? Like
Mecha Yojimbo, bro.
Yeah, like I need to know this. Like print it.
Yeah. All right, man. And of course, thank you to our patrons. Without them, it's not possible. So thank you guys so much. And of course, I hope you enjoyed your time here. And you guys are the reasons that we do this. So thank you for your help. You get this live early and ad free, so you can chat with us like Stacy just did. Tell them about our executive producer Shane.
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/SSRK or on Twitter at ThriftedIL, or go buy something from the Subby God at dpop.com/Prison City Vintage. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that said, man, not a lot else to say, Brad. Not much else going on here, other than not that great of a film. But we'll be back tomorrow with Daredevil Born Again on a Friday.
That's gonna be an interesting talk.
Yeah. And other than that, man, not much else to really report on.
Let's get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, Brad.
All right, Ro. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Stacy for once again joining us in chat. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, yeah, don't trust your boys around your girl. Young Yoda out.